Welcome children, continuity of the lesson Mother's Day by J.B. Priestley. Children, in my last class, I told you about the dramatis personae, the characters and other necessary things related to this lesson. I want you to enjoy this lesson now. The drama begins with Mrs. Fitzgerald collecting up the cards. In front of her there is a table. On the table there are some cards. She is collecting up those cards. Who? Mrs. Fitzgerald. And that's all I can tell you. She is talking to Mrs. Pearson. She is telling her that that's all she can tell her. Mrs. Pearson. Could be a good fortune, could be a bad one. According to Mrs. Fitzgerald, Mrs. Pearson's fortune could be good or bad. It all depends on her. All depends on yourself now. She made it quite clear to Mrs. Pearson that everything depended on her. Make up your mind, and there it is. Mrs. Fitzgerald wanted Mrs. Pearson to be determined to get whatever she wanted to get, and Mrs. Fitzgerald was confident that Mrs. Pearson, after following her instructions, would be able to get what she wanted to get. Mrs. Pearson, yes, thank you. Mrs. Pearson agreed with her and thanked her. Mrs. Fitzgerald, I'm much obliged. She was showing her gratefulness to Mrs. Pearson. Mrs. Fitzgerald. I'm sure. She was sure that what she was saying, Mrs. Fitzgerald was saying, would be true. It's wonderful having a real fortune teller living next door. Mrs. Pearson thought that if anybody had a real fortune teller living next door, it was wonderful. Children, suppose that there is someone who lives next door, who is your neighbor, and he knows something about your future, and he knows how to tell your future. Won't you like to meet that person? That is why Mrs. Pearson says that it's wonderful having a real fortune teller living next door. Did you learn that out east too? Now Mrs. Pearson wanted to know from Mrs. Fitzgerald whether she had learnt that technique in the East too. Whether she had learnt that technique in the East. In fact, Mrs. Fitzgerald had learnt so many techniques. I have already told you that she has a sinister personality. Mrs. Fitzgerald, I did. She agreed that she had learnt that technique in the East. 12 years I had of it, with my old man rising to be lieutenant quartermaster. Mrs. Fitzgerald's husband rose to be the lieutenant quartermaster in the army. For 12 years she had of it. She is talking about this technique. 12 years I had of it. The words old man here mean Mrs. Fitzgerald's husband. He learnt a lot, and I learnt a lot more. She says that her husband also learnt many things, and she also learnt many more things than her husband. But will you make up your mind now, Mrs. Pearson dear? She is using the language of affection while talking to Mrs. Pearson. She is requesting her to make up her mind, to decide to do something. So she is asking her. She wants Mrs. Pearson to who? Mrs. Fitzgerald wants Mrs. Pearson to take a decision about doing something firmly. So she's asking her if she was if she would make up her mind then. Put your foot down. This is an idiom. To put your foot down means to be very much strict in opposing something. To be very much strict in opposing something. She wanted Mrs. Pearson to put her foot down once and for all. Forever. Once and for all. Forever. And be the mistress of your own house and the boss of your own family. She wanted her to determine to do something firmly once and for all. And what would be the result of her determination? She would be the mistress of her own house and the boss of her own family. Why does Mrs. Fitzgerald say so? I will tell you later, not now. After a page or two, I will let you know why she said so. Mrs. Pearson, smiling apologetically. Apologetically means showing that you are sorry for doing something wrong. Now Mrs. Pearson is smiling. How is she smiling? Apologetically. That's easier said than done. It is a proverb in English. It is a maxim in English. That is easier said than done. To say about something is easy, but to do that work is not an easy task. Saying something is easier than doing it. Who said? Mrs. Pearson. Besides, I am so fond of them even if they are so thoughtless and selfish. Thoughtless? Nobody thinks about her. Thoughtless means cruel. She wants to say that her husband, her son, and her daughter, all of them are selfish and thoughtless. But in spite of the presence of these negative qualities in them, Mrs. Pearson likes them very much. She is fond of them. They don't mean to be. Here she is unable to finish her sentence because Mrs. Fitzgerald cuts her short, interrupts her. They don't mean to be. She wanted to say something more about her son, her husband, and her daughter. But here Mrs. Fitzgerald interrupted her. Maybe not. Perhaps it is not. But it would be better for them if they learned to treat you properly. She wanted Mrs. Pearson's husband, her son, and her daughter to treat Mrs. Pearson properly. Mrs. Fitzgerald thought that it would be better for them. Mrs. Pearson, yes, I suppose it would in a way. In a way is a phrase. What does it mean? It means to some extent. To some extent, not completely. Yes, I suppose it would in a way. Mrs. Pearson thought that it would work in a way to some extent, but not completely. Mrs. Fitzgerald, no doubt about it at all. Mrs. Fitzgerald seemed to be very much confident here. She was sure that there was no doubt about the achievement she had intended. Who is the waiter for being spoilt? Grown man, lad, or girl? Now Mrs. Fitzgerald wants to know the person whose Mrs. Pearson thinks is the waiter for being spoiled, or is a very rude and badly behaved person. Whether it was grown man, Mrs. Pearson's husband, or whether it was her son, or whether it was her daughter, that Mrs. Fitzgerald wanted to know. Nobody. You think it does them good when you run after them all the time? Now, Mrs. Fitzgerald is accusing Mrs. Pearson of doing something wrong. She thinks that Mrs. Pearson thinks that running after her husband, her daughter, and her son does them good. That is why she follows their instructions and does whatever they want. Take their orders as if you were the servant in the house. Mrs. Fitzgerald thinks that Mrs. Pearson receives orders from her husband, her daughter, and son like a servant. Stay at home every night while they go out enjoying themselves. She thinks, Mrs. Fitzgerald thinks that everyone likes to go out enjoying. Everyone, her daughter, her son, and her husband like to go out. Why? To enjoy themselves. But where does Mrs. Pearson remain? She remains at home, waiting for them to come back. Never in all your life. She wants to say that Mrs. Pearson has never gone out of her house in all her life. Thank you, children.